Hello everyone, welcome to Thoughts on Education by College Dunia. Today we have Professor Sachin Rayarikar, Head of Food Production Department from Maharashtra State Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology Degree College, Pune. Hello sir, welcome to Thoughts on Education. Can we have introduction please?
Yes, I am Sachin Rayarikar and I teach culinary arts in Maharashtra State Institute of Hotel Management. I have an experience of more than 27 years and I work with a diverse team where my colleagues come from different backgrounds and different age group. I have been teaching in this institute for more than 17 years and I have taught multiple years, first year to final year. My basic forte or my basic expertise is continental cuisine and Asian cuisine. I start with the students whenever they come for the practical. I start at the basic level and eventually go to higher levels or the complex level as we call it. And by the time they pass out, my students are industry ready. Thank you.
Thank you sir for your introduction. So the first question is, being the head of food production department of the college, what is your leadership philosophy and how you describe your role?
Okay. Now, my leadership philosophy is basically of inclusive leadership, you can say, where I discuss various menu planning, various events that we have to plan throughout the year. We do a lot of events. We host a lot of events, and for which a continuous discussion with the students, with my colleagues who come from various diverse backgrounds, that becomes very essential to understand their perspective, to take their experience into account, and then arrive at a decision which is in best interest for the students of this particular institute. So eventually I take advice, I take guidance, you can say, or I take their perspective into consideration and I make my own decisions. I also had a training and placement department for this institute, which requires a different type of leadership, I would say, where I interact with my principal as well as my colleagues who are helping me in my department for the training and placement. I interact with the industry, I understand their requirement and then arrive at certain decisions, which is again in the best interest for the students. Thank you.
Next question is, how do you ensure that the food production department operates efficiently while maintaining high quality service standard?
Okay. See, basically, food production department definitely. I mean, not only the food production department, but all the departments they require high standards in hospitality or hotel industry. We require a great synergy between the departments also. Another thing is, I have worked with the industry. I have worked with some of the best brands in the industry, so I know what standards or what level of standards the industry demands. Keeping that in mind, my department, that is food production, culinary arts, we conduct a lot of trials, we conduct a lot of food preparations, which we ensure that they meet the industry standards. I also keep in touch with the industry since I also had training and placement. I know what industry current trends are. So keeping that all in my mind, I ensure that the standards are set high. That is one thing. Second thing is all about conducting research and development or conducting R&D as we call it. We do conduct a lot of R&D activities in our bakery patisserie unit or in our bakery patisserie lab or in our R&D kitchen itself, which we have in our own institute. We have set up one R&D kitchen which we utilize to conduct these trials to ensure that we arrive at the highest possible standards.
So the next question is,
Yes.
how do you foster an environment that encourages innovation and creativity among students and other faculty members?
Yes, definitely. Innovation and creativity. These are, in fact, these two words have become the buzzword of the latest current scenario in the restaurant industry or the F&B industry as a whole. Innovativeness and creativeness is very important in our culinary arts because finally it is an art, right? So innovation, students require to innovate continuously. What I usually do, what practice I usually follow is I ensure that each student is given one menu and they have to come up with a new innovative way to present that menu, to prepare that menu, if any new additions can be done to that particular menu or the product itself, and come up with a innovative practices that they can. Of course, this we discuss first, we plan first, and then we execute during the regular practicals. We also, this innovativeness and creativity also helps in our IRG. IRG is internal revenue generation. We create a lot of revenue by ourselves in the institute. This also falls under one of the very active cell of our institute, which is called ED cell, that is Entrepreneurship Development Cell. So we conduct these activities under that. Students come up with quite innovative things. Like last year, we came out with cookies which were in the shape of chakli, which we prepared for our Diwali, and we ensured that we ensured that the highest possible standards were achieved. Everything was perfect about that. Thank you.
Next question is,
Yes.
how do you ensure that the college program and process meet the needs of industry and prepare students for successful career?
Okay, so I think so. This question is definitely meant for me because I also look after the training and placement of the entire institute. That is for 4-year BHMCT program and 2 years master's program. The career that students wish to pursue after completion both the courses. Some of them they pursue 4 years, some of them they also pursue masters. The careers they pursue in the industry, hotel industry, they want to grab the right positions in the right hotel or right property. I am in a position to connect with the industry, with the right people. I ensure I understand their requirement. Basically, I interact with industry experts. Industry experts are also there on our panel, on our institute's advisory panel. So they continuously give us the feedback. All these feedbacks are we ensure that they are incorporated in our syllabus or they are incorporated in our various teaching styles and teaching methodologies that we employ. So by the time the students are passing out, they are absolutely industry ready. I can say this, I can vouch this by saying that one of the leading brands in the hospitality industry across the world, last year they picked up 12 of my students from one single batch. And till last year, before that, the number of students going for this particular brand was not as big as number 12. But this time it's going to be, there were 12 students from one single batch going for that particular brand and getting selected.
Next question is, can you share your approach to building a positive and inclusive campus culture that supports student success and well-being?
So basically we are sensitized to this particular aspect. The reason being we have students from various cultures, various backgrounds. It's a very diverse group of students which we interact on a day-to-day basis. We have a very open door policy kind of, so that any student can approach me. Just it's not that I'm the HOD of the food production, so students, only final year students I usually teach. So not that they come and only they can approach me, anybody can approach me. In fact, we conduct counseling sessions on one-on-one basis before even the students select their specialization, so that they also understand what subject to choose, how they will, what sort of an impact it will have on their careers, so that it's a very interactive, what you can say, policy that we ensure that we follow over here. That helps them building their own careers.
Next question is,
Yes.
what do you see as Maharashtra State Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology Degree College Pune's greatest strength?
Our strength, the strength of MSIHMCT. Well, what a great question this is, I would say. The strength is, first of all, it's a legacy. It's legacy. We are one of the oldest, or probably the oldest, state-governed institute in entire Maharashtra.
Next question is, what do you see as Maharashtra State Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology Degree College Pune's greatest strength?
Well, our institute, Maharashtra State Institute of Hotel Management, has many strengths, I would say. But one of the greatest strength is our legacy, I would say. We are one of the oldest. We have a very strong alumni association, and recently, since I'm continuously in interaction with the industry because of my training and placement department that I look after, we have come up with a very state-of-art infrastructure. Now, this particular infrastructure, we have smart classrooms, we have R&D kitchen, which takes care of a lot of R&D, innovation, creativity, etc. We have state-of-art kitchens for regular practicals. We also have multiple laboratories for our other subjects such as F&B service and accommodations operations.
Next question is, how do you promote a culture of continuous improvement and self-assessment within the college?
Okay, so continuous improvement as far as our department, if you say food production department is concerned, then I can think of IRG, which we generate, which we keep on doing it every now and then. We keep on hosting various activities or internal revenue generation, as I mentioned last time. The continuous improvement occurs because the standards are elevated every time we prepare a particular product or we prepare a particular range of product. So that could be for the students. For as far as the staff is concerned or the faculty members are concerned, we have had just before the beginning of this session, we had a week-long session of FDP, that is Faculty Development Programs, whereby we ensured that even the faculty members are exposed to different techniques and different strengths.
Next question is, how do you promote a culture of continuous improvement and self-assessment within the college?
Okay. So, continuous improvement as far as food production or culinary art department is concerned, that happens throughout the practicals as well as various IRGs that we conduct. We prepare a lot of products, we do a lot of R&D, and continuous improvement in the standards are expected, or we guide students and we ensure that the standards are uplifted every time we prepare something. So continuous improvement keeps on happening. As far as the self-assessment is concerned, we follow a lot of we conduct a lot of FDPs, that is Faculty Development Program, and we improvise on our teaching pedagogy, which eventually helps us in imparting better education in a very innovative way. Latest trends are followed, and so on.
Next question is, how you handle the challenges of managing a diverse student body with different backgrounds and skill levels?
Diversity is not a challenge. It is, I would say, it is one of the strengths of MSIHMCT. We get students from different backgrounds. We get students from urban area as well as rural area, and they bring in a lot of talent. This talent which gets honed further in our institute, and eventually it helps them in their career path. It helps them to get them a better job or better prospects in their life. So diversity helps us in building their career even in a better way. One student's diverse background, when you can say, when put together with another student who comes from a totally different background, both of them, they are learning, and eventually even the faculty members are learning different cultures. That helps us in growing further.
Next question is, what advice do you like to give to the students who would like to make their career in hotel management and catering technology?
Well, I would recommend students should have a lot of resilience. This industry demands a lot of time and energy. It also, you have to face different types of people. It is different types of situation. Every day it's a new situation in our industry. So students, be ready to be resilient and prepare yourself for the competitive industry, for the demanding industry. Thank you.
Next question is, student engagement is a crucial for successful learning environment. How do you plan to foster a culture of active student involvement and participation in the institute's activities?
Well, it's a nice question because students' involvement in the institute activities is most important thing, I would say, because unless and until student participation is there, none of our events would be successful. We have been conducting a lot of successful events for the past many years. That is only and only because of the students' involvement, continuous involvement, and their what you can say, their participation, active participation. We conduct a millet day competition where students from all the batches were encouraged to participate in a competition. I would like to mention that they came out with a very innovative products using millets, because this is a millet year declared not only by the Indian government and the state government, but we also follow certain schedule for this millet day activities. So we ensure that students are participative and they are part of the activities that are conducted in our department.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time, valuable time, and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you so much.